So let's talk about EA, guys. Now I know EA has so many bad business practices that at this point they're basically a Saturday morning cartoon villain. But let's be fair, sometimes they actually publish some pretty good games. Games like Mass Effect, the original Dungeon Keepers, and most of the Battlefield games, just to name a few. But as is far more often the case with EA, we get games that are just very bland and very blatantly an attempt to cash in on the previous success of a series. So without further ado, let's lock in, stay on target, and look at the bright side of Star Wars Battlefront. So first off, let's talk about the story, or more appropriately, the lack of one. While the older Battlefronts may not have had the most complex story, they at least gave some semblance of a plot. But you know, if the multiplayer is complex enough, a game can get away with not having a single player. Too bad Battlefront wasn't very complex. It had a very limited variety in the weapon department, and most of the weapons they did have felt very similar. Combine this with the limited customization and the progression system that seemed to punish new players, and you have a recipe for a frustrated and easily bored player base. And as if that wasn't enough simplicity, the game launched with what was essentially 4 maps, just broken into different parts for the different game modes, of which only about 2 or 3 were any fun to play. But Battlefront, I know there is good in you, so now it's time to let go of the hate and turn you back to the light. And let's start with the fact that the aesthetics of this game are phenomenal. EA and DICE did a fantastic job capturing the look and sound of Star Wars, and every map and weapon they did have captured the iconic feel of the series. The next point is that they managed to make it feel like you were indeed one of those nameless and nondescript stormtroopers and rebel soldiers fighting on Hoth and Endor, including all the terror one would have seeing Darth Vader or Luke charging at you. And lastly, they gave us a chance to see this beautiful sight. Well, that's all for now, everyone. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. And if you want to discuss this more or have any other games you'd like brightened up, feel free to leave a comment in the sections below. And until next time, keep gaming.